Hi, this is Gene at DNS Bait, and this report is current as of Friday the 3rd here. To start with, we've got some special hours for the weekend. Saturday only special hours. Friday will be open from 5:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on Monday from 5:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. As far as the fishing report goes around town, our water temps are in that 72, 73 degree area for the most part. Lake Mendota, there's been a little bit of perch bite going on the weed lines. I wouldn't call it a good bite, but some of the guys are doing okay. Other guys are struggling. And the weed lines, it seems to be the key for the most part. Warner Bay out by Governor's Island, the city shoreline. I've heard some at Tenney. I've heard some by Lincoln School. I've heard some down towards the Union. I've also heard some over towards Marshall Park and out off of the hatch cover. In the hatch cover area, I've heard some fish out as deep as 20 feet of water, but it seems like most of the fish have been tight to the weeds, so you're talking about 11, 12, 10 and a half, right in that area, tight to the weeds seems to be the key. Some crappie still scattered along the weed lines. I don't hear any big numbers, but I hear some nice sized fish being taken. Some of the guys have been taking a few walleyes too out on a couple of the bars. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but typically this time of the year they're fishing in that 18 to 22 foot of water area or so. Smallmouth bass have been continue to be somewhat active. The bars always are a good area to look for those. Leeches are good baits this time of the year. Lake Monona, the bluegill bite, they all seem to be on the weed edges yet. There's a few fish starting to move out, but most of them tight to the weeds, and a lot of small perch so far on the weed lines too. The last few days on Monona, the bluegills were a little tougher than normal. I'm sure it has to do with the cool mornings that we've been having. Water temps there are also in that 72 degree area or so, 73, depending on the time of day. Some good areas to look over there are Hudson Park, Sluter Beach, Wild Haven, Squaw Bay out by the rock pile, Olin Park. All those areas have been producing some fish along the weed lines. Muskie action on Monona. Some of the guys have been taking some fish over in that Obrick Park area. Also, I've heard some over down by the rock pile at Squaw Bay and off of Turville a couple times. Largemouth bass seem to be out on the deeper weed edges. I don't have anything more specific than that, but those deeper weed pockets seem to be holding some nice largemouth. Lake Wabeesa, that bite seems to have slowed down there as far as I can tell for the panfish. The bluegill guys have been struggling, and so have the crappie guys as of late, at least the guys I've been talking to. Walleye guys have been doing okay, slip bobbering and jigging in the evening and into the night off a couple of the bars down there. The mid-lake trolling guys, I don't hear a whole lot of that action going on right now. Every once in a while they have a good bite, but it seems like most times it's kind of slow. Kegonsa, I've heard some nice-sized bluegills and nice-sized perch down there, just not very many. And some perch up in that close to 12-inch range, bluegills in that 10-inch or a little less, but just not any big numbers. That's about all I got for you right now. The guys up on Lake Wisconsin said the walleye bite's been a little tough up there, although I did talk to a fellow the other day who claims in that 12 to 15 foot of water he's been doing pretty good trolling in a couple areas. So if you guys got any questions, you can give us a call at the store, 608-241-4225. Thanks. Bye.